Hi and welcome to another video on UiPath with me, Jeppe. In this one we're taking a look at something that I've gotten quite a few requests on, and that is snippets. Before we get started, don't forget to click the little red watermark down in the right hand corner and subscribe to my channel. But let's get to it. So here we are inside UiPath Studio, and the first question of course is, what are snippets? Well, snippets are just another way of reusing code. And UiPath Studio sort of promotes reuse of code in different ways. You can develop and publish and consume libraries, as I've shown in another video. You can use Object Repository to reuse selectors across projects and even publish those as libraries. I've also shown that in a video, and there are links to both of those in the description below. And then there are snippets, and snippets are definitely on the lighter end of the scale of code reuse. And what they are just files that are stored in a location that Studio knows about. So if we go to the Snippets tab here on the lower left, we can see that there are these folders with different files and subfolders in it. And this is simply a folder structure that is somewhere on our drive. And if we right click the samples folder and click open, then it'll actually take us to that folder on our drive. And this is a local drive. It could be a network share if you wanted to do that. So let's see what a snippet is. We have an automation here and it doesn't do anything yet. I'm going to drag in a couple of activities. I'll drag in a message box, a comment, an assign activity, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But right in the middle here, I would want to, for example, do a delay of 10 seconds. Well, if I go to my snippets collection, I can see that there is a 10-second delay snippet here, and I can just drag that in, and there you go. And all this is a delay activity with the duration property preset to 10 seconds. So how much time are you really saving by doing this? Well, maybe in this instance, not a lot, but it still is a help. And as we can see over here in the folder structure, we can see that there are some advanced snippets that are a little bit more involved. For example, this one, extract text between labels. If I drag that in, we can see that that is actually a sequence containing a lot of activities that will do whatever this snippet does. So all of this stuff that we have over here, all it is stuff that is saved in this folder. So if we go back a couple of levels to the snippets main folder, we can see that it has snippets for C# and snippets for Visual Basic. And the reason that there's a distinction is that the expressions inside of the activities, inside of the snippets, are in a specific language. So therefore you need to have this separation. But if we go into the Visual Basic folder, we can see that this is where we just have all of these different bits of code that we see here in Studio. So can we create our own snippets? Well, of course we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to add another folder to our snippets library. So I'll click the Add Folder button. And I want to add a folder on my desktop that is called My Snippets, and I'll select it. And now that folder has been added to my snippets folder structure, as you can see here. Now if you do this, you may or may not see this folder when you edit, because sometimes it doesn't show empty folders in the structure, but as soon as you add a snippet to that folder, it will show up if you do a quick refresh of the folder structure. So let's add a snippet to this new folder. And we'll delete all the stuff we had before, and now we will actually say that this little sequence we had here is some kind of ingenious piece of code that we want to save. So this is just going to be called Jeppe Snippet. And now it would be so awesome if we could just drag it over here and the folders would expand and we could drop it into the folder that we want. You can't do that. Sorry. But that's an idea for you guys at UiPath, and I'll give you this one for free. But some kind of integration beyond just having to save it. And that's what you have to do. You have to just save the file into where you want it. So this one we want in the My Snippets folder on my desktop. And we will call this one Jeppe's Snippet. And now if I do a refresh here, we can see that the snippet is visible. And if we right click the folder and hit open, we can see that the file is present here in our folder on our desktop. So all snippets are bits of code that is saved in a folder, and that folder is then registered inside of the snippets panel in UiPath Studio, and that way you have easy access to your code. As I said, it would have been nice if there was some kind of integration beyond just this panel inside of UiPath Studio. For example, if I right click this panel, what I can do is I can extract it as a workflow. And that will actually create a new workflow file, but I cannot point this to my folder on my desktop because that is not the project folder. And the extract workflow function only allows you to save the workflows inside of your project. It would be nice if there was another option, for example, a save to snippet function that would allow you to save it directly to one of your snippet folders. Or as I showed before, if you were able to drag and drop it into the folder. That would be really, really nice. But that was a quick look at snippets in UiPath Studio. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a like, maybe subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions about snippets or anything else, feel free to ask me and I'll try to answer you. That's it for this time. Stay safe. Thanks for watching.